No provisional score yet for Dan Baumgartner, but we were pegging him at doing better than the first time out, but still looking for maybe a provisional score from the boat. Is that a 14.8?
14.3.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
14.3, 14.3 is that score for Dan Baumgartner. So he held on to fourth position, but added some, added a 0.8 to it, which is a smart move. I think I was not realizing how many people had scored so low. And Dan was thinking, I better get it back out there because probably everybody is going to ski again.
Yeah, I think there's a gnat's eyelash, though, separating Danny Baumgartner and Robbie Groen, because I believe Robbie's in that right in the 14 and change, 14.2, maybe even, I don't know, tied with Danny, but they're definitely in that, I think, between the two of them in that 4 or 5 position. And then, like I say, we've got Joe Lovato 6, Chris McWater 7, and Jerry Canoyer in 8 right now. So 12.6 is right now looking to be the score that's going to move you up and into the finals as of this point in time. And here we go. Here's another guy that can do it, too. Freddie Groen from New Zealand.
We've got our live feedback. In New Zealand, you have Fred Groen on the water. Definitely capable of improving this score. He can go up in the 15 to 16 range. Here comes Fred on a front pass. Yeah, and on the way down, I thought last time he did about 5 or 6. There's the crossing number 1, number 2. There's number 3. These look all clean. Here's number 4. Cross for 5. Cross for 6. That's number 7. 7 even. Maybe 7
turn, I think is what I had. That's a solid run there for Robbie Groen.
That's Fred Groen, older brother.
Excuse me, Fred, yeah. Where did we have Fred? He had boy, that's going to be a nice score.
Yeah. So you got a 7 clean crosses there, first pass.
That's almost to the point what he scored total. He had a early fall forward last time, so he survived his first pass run, and he's definitely in a good position here to, like I say, 12.6 is the number that's going to get you in right now. So that's what Freddie Groen is shooting for, is to add at least he'll want to put a 6 at least on top of that 7 and give himself a little space.
Yeah, we've got 9 more skiers after Fred. We're going to take 8 into the second round. So potentially, if all of these guys go do a redo, we may be pushing it up even higher. So here's Fred rolling over for the back deep. Got a 7 on the first pass. I think he's capable of getting at least 7 on the back pass. I know he used to do some 9s. Probably got an 8 in him here. He's got a very style where he leans away quite a bit. Very solid style. Here he goes across for 1. Here's number 2. This is number 3. Well, much different than the first round. Here's number 4. Crossing for 5. That's 6. Looks clean. Number 7.
Yeah.
Number 7 and possibly a turn. So he's right in there with that sort of Brother Rob sort of score, Dan Baumgartner score.
Yeah, I think he's 14 plus. I think it's becoming obvious.
So Fred Groen's preliminary score, 14, 1-4, 14 even. We still have 9 skiers to go.
14 even, yeah. That's you know what? That's a great play there by Danny Bumgardner. All of a sudden, that he re-skied that. We're actually up to 13 now, being the cutoff. Looking like Chris McWaters is now the guy on the bubble in the 8th position with a 13. Jerry Canoyer just getting bumped out, I believe, with that last provisional score we heard out of Fred Groen.
Right, Jerry Canoyer is coming up after. Looks like Bevan Kelly's in the water there. I had Doug Jordan down as next. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is Doug, or maybe Doug's taking a bye on this.
Yeah, right now 13's looking to be the cutoff. You got to ski better than a 13 to get in.
Okay, Bevan Kelly up next. A little out of order on mine, but Bevan Kelly's coming in next.
Needing 13 plus.
A 13 plus right now. At this point in time, I think this could move up drastically. Here's Bevan Kelly coming in. He did a 7.6 going down on the way down last time. So here he comes, Bevan Kelly in the course. And there he goes, across for 1. He's nice and clean, this guy's skiing. Here's number 3, cross for 4. He's going pretty quick here. There's number 5, number 6. He's going very fast. 7. Looks like he might have got an 8.
Yeah, I think it was an 8.
That's a much better pass than the original pass. Looks like an 8 or even possibly an 8.2.
Yeah, the boys are stepping up their games here with the re-ride round.
They are really liking skiing on this regulation rope compared to the real long rope and the wide wake and the very difficult transitions they had to go through. So they are really loving this technically perfect rope.
Yeah, that helps.
That's an 8.2 for Bevan Kelly.
Yeah, he got paid for that transition. I thought I heard that or saw that as the alarm went off. So that's a nice improvement already over the first pass score of 7, I believe it was, he put up. So, yeah, he's on his way. 8. He needs, like I say, a 15. So all he's got to do is ski a 5 basically backwards, and I think he's moved. Well, he'll move in temporarily. We don't know who yet is going to opt and elect to take a re-ride, but right now a 5 would, in the current situation, would get him into the finals.
Yeah, so all these guys, I mean, it's great that we had this redo situation. Looks like every single person has done better than they did the first time around. It's always good to get in the conditions they need. We had a little technical hiccup, but this is great to be able to have all these guys come out and do maybe not their personal best, but have a really good go at it. A very competitive field we have here. So Fred Groen. Oh, I don't have Fred Groen. I got Bevan Kelly from New Zealand coming in backwards, second pass. He's got an 8.2 on the way down, and I think Bevan's capable of getting an 8 or more on the way back. So settling in, cutting out, and there he goes. A little touchdown on number 1. Here's number 2. Cross for 3. You got 4. We're not sure on a few of them. There's 5. Cross for 6. Number 7. Looks like 7.
7, and I would say the first one was a touchdown. The other ones look fine to me. I would probably pay him 6.5 on that.
Maybe about a 6.5 potentially for Bevan.
So that would be
pushes him out to 14.5. Still a pretty substantial score.
14.5 would basically put him in 4th place. And then
provisional score for Bevan Kelly is 14.2, 14.2. He got 6 on the second pass. So I think he might have set down on a couple of those crossings.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We don't have things refreshed, but that 14.2 is right around where Danny Bumgardner and Robbie Groen were at. So
officials will be tonight.
what time?
when the officials' dinner is 6. King Cole Ducks, they've been in business for over 67 years. It's a family business.
What is it? Is it a food business?
Yep, it's duck. It's a duck farm.
Okay.
All right, that's where I work.
Okay.
Okay, well, we just saw a pretty solid score put up there
Officials tonight.
Okay.
And so
for
On-site
Bevan
six.
Kelly.
site at 6, they're here now.
So we got Jerry Canoyer from USA on the water, looking to improve his score from the first round. Jerry Canoyer was, 7th with a 12.6. He gets up in the 16s or 17s, so he's coming in front pass. He's incredibly fast frontwards. Here we go, crossing number 1, nice and clean. Number 2, there's number 3. Looking 4, 5, not quite as fast as I've seen Jerry before. There's 6. There's 7. 7.8 or so. I think the last
Yeah.
couple crosses slowed down just a little bit for Jerry.
Almost to 8, maybe, depending on what the judge's timer was at, but right around 8. And looks like right now, I mean, we're not seeing the updated scores yet, but I've been trying to pay attention here. Okay.
The first pass for Jerry Canoyer, 7.6. 7.6 for Jerry Canoyer. So tonight, after the skiing's over, 6 o'clock, they're going to have an officials dinner. So all the officials that can hear me now, it's 6 o'clock dinner time here on site. King Cole Ducks is the like they're all going to ski. All right, take the 6 skiers left to go. Here's Gordy Courteau, Canada, needing to get maybe above a 14.8 in my book now. If all of these guys go above 14.8.
Yeah, right now.
So there's a 1 foot cross, nice and high. There's number 2. There's number 3. Cross for 4. He's going pretty quick. There's number 5. Gordy's got number 6. And there's 7. There's 8. Might be an 8-2 for Gordy on that pass.
That's what I had for Gordy, was an 8-2. And that, for Gordy, it's a good decision. I mean, even if you look at where things stand right now, and it's not updated, he would be in the 11th spot at that 12.3. So with an 8-2,
that's an 8-2 for Gord on that first pass. So, as I said, we got Gordy and 5 others to go. So there's 6 of them. And if they all go better than the first round, then it looks like that 14.8 is the number you'd have to get
yeah,
the finals.
Yeah. Right now it's showing Joe Lovato with 13.3 in the 8th spot. So I just, looking down below him, Chris McWaters, Jerry Canoyer, William Farrell, we haven't seen. I don't know where he is in the lineup, but we did get Bevan Kelly's score in. It's a 14.2, so he's moved up to the 4 spot. So I think we're getting to the point where we're getting caught up. I don't know that 13.5 from Danny Bumgardner is current. That was his score from the last round. I thought he had, over 14 provisional. I don't know, just kind of coincidental that it would, get dropped down to the same score as the earlier round today. So I think that one is subject to change. But either way, it's a top 8 spot for Danny. So that's what I'm saying with. Right now, the 13.3 for Joe Lovato is looking like the number.
Here we got Gordy, second pass, 8-2 on the first run. Here comes Gordy going across, little touchdown on number 1. He's coming across number 2, looked good. Here's number 3, cross for 4. There's number 5. Here's 6. Give me 7 or 8, Gordy. There's 7. Here's number 8. Goes about a 7-8, and then the horn had maybe a couple of touches. So there's a possibility that Gordy's going to be in that 15, 16 minus some touches range, putting them down to a 15, 14. Not sure. Wait for the provisional out of the boat.
Yeah, that was a great effort there by Gordy Courteau. I think what we just witnessed there is Gordy taking himself from the 11th spot right now in the standings and moving himself up to right around probably the 3. I think he's probably up in the 3 spot, maybe right behind.
There's another 14.8. We now have 2 provisional 14.8s, and Jim Nyberg has a 14.8 from the first round. So that's going to be perhaps close to what it takes to make it into the next round.
Yeah, that's a 14.8. So position Jim Nyberg and Gordy Courteau in the 3 and 4 slot right now. So what that does is, that'll bump. Robbie Groen out, and Fred Groen will have the 8th spot at 14 right now. So 14's looking like the number right here. And we got Chris McWaters. He's going to battle, try to get his way back in himself. Yeah.
Still looking for.
Yeah, there's the Danny Bumgardner score. We got the Danny Bumgardner score coming in at 14.1, so that's a 0.6 improvement for Danny.
I think we have Chris McWaters on the water right now.
Yeah, he's currently in the 10th spot with a 13, so he's going to need to beat 13.5 to knock Robbie Groen out and get in himself.
There's crossing number 1. He's coming in backwards. There's number 2. A little bit of a touchdown, number 3, but he's going back into it for 4. Number 5 is good. Going across for 6. Cross for 7. He's got 7, probably 1 touch. He's about a 6.5 score on that pass.
Ooh,
and
that was a bell
hate
ringer.
seeing that. That's the out of course, unnecessary fall.
Yeah, that one was hard. That one looked like it hit him in the middle of the shoulder blades there on the way down.
Yeah, so
kind of got tall, fully extended skiing out at the end there, and
so 6.3 for Chris McWaters first pass, 6.3.
yeah. So he's Robbie Groen's 13.5 is the number right now. He's going to need to put up a 7 and change to at least tie for that spot. That's going to give you a ski off situation. That's a 13.5 right now. Robbie Groen clinging to the number 8 spot here.
Yeah, so not too sure how many more people we're going to have ski, but it looks like I think I see Joe Lovato on the dock. He's maybe going to go again. My assumption is we'd probably see William Farrell come out. He had a 12.2 in the first go around, so he'd definitely be a contender to come back and get a 15 to 16. But here's Chris McWaters at the other end, 6.3 first pass, looking to get 8 on this run to get into the 14s at least.
Yeah, 8 would really help here.
We've got a William Farrell left to go. We've got a Joe Lovato left to go. I think you're going to see this number get pushed up into the 14s at least to make that cut of 8 final.
Yeah, that's where we are right now. We're sitting at 8, number 8 spot. Fred Groen 14.
So here's Chris McWaters coming in forward. There he is across for 1. Nice and clean. There's 2. There's 3. He's going pretty quick. Here's number 4, speeding it up. Now he's got 5. It looks like he's turning it on. There's 6. Chris McWaters coming across for 7. He's going to get 8. He's turning around. He's got an 8.2, 8.6.
Wow.
Chris McWaters, very clean.
Yeah, that was a great run for Chris McWaters. He knew what he had to do there. He really put the pedal down. And, what I saw, he had a full 8, and then he had his foot on probably the center line when the alarm went off there. So that's about what he needed to do right there. I mean,
let's hope he gets that number he wants. But that was good skiing, nice and clean, came in the course, very smooth and he just seemed like he put the gas on all the way to every crossing, got faster and faster.
Okay.
That's a 14.5 for Chris McWaters.
Yeah, that was a nice set there for Chris. What a comeback. The first one didn't go as well as he wanted probably, and then had a little bit of a rattling fall there at the end. Boy, what a great job regrouping, putting up an 8+. That 14.5 will put him in the 6th spot right behind Jerry Canoyer's 14.6. Going to drop Bevan Kelly down to the 14.2, and that Danny Bumgardner 14.1 is going to be the number right now. That's
so Joe Lovato, he's up next. Joe and 3 others, if you will. Not sure if they're all going to ski, but Joe Lovato and 3 others still up to go. Joe Lovato's score there in the first round with a 13.3.
Yeah, he's right around 11 right now. He needs to get up to 8, and to do that, he's going to have to be hitting a 14.1 or better.
So here we go. Joe Lovato coming in the course frontwards, getting nice and low. Here he goes across. There's 1. Here's number 2. That's 3. All clean. 4 crossings, going across for 5. He's good for 6. That's 7 clean. A little bobble. He's got 8. He's got 8 too. Seems to be a consistent number frontwards for these guys. 8.2 for Joe Lovato.
Yeah, what I saw that bobble you called out there. Just a little hitch, or looked like the foot was skipping out a little bit. Do you think he kept that foot up good and tall and got through it?
I think he got credit for all those crosses.
Yeah.
He looked like he was smooth and clean.
Yeah, he was definitely getting on it. Okay, yeah, he got paid for everything there in a 1-foot fashion. So 8.2 provisional for Joe Lovato on his first pass.
Yeah, so we got a it's gonna be tight here for seeing who gets into this next round. Still looking, not too sure. Maybe it's a situation where we're going to get a video review of the Dan Baumgartner's now up at a 14-1 there. I just noticed Gus.
Yeah.
So he's a 14-1. Bevan Kelly 14-2. Jerry Canoy 14-6. Joe Lovato, he can change the game here by moving himself out of 10th and pushing himself up the ladder a bit.
Yeah, he just needs to put up a, he's going to bump Fred Groen here if he 8.2. He skis a 6. He'll actually move ahead of Fred and Danny. So Fred right now is on the bubble with a 14. And I see William Farrell over there on the dock. So, he his first run earlier at 12.2 didn't do him justice. Here we go, skier on the water.
That's Joe Lovato coming in backwards. He's got an 8.2 front. He's pretty quick backwards. He's going to go upwards of 9. So Joe Lovato making his cut, going across nice and high on the 1 foot. There's 2. Coming across for 3. No doubt on these. Joe Lovato's got a great style. That's 4 crossing. Going for 5. He's speeding it up. Here's number 6. Going across for 7. Nice and clean. Here's number 8. He's 16 plus. There's 8.2 on the backside.
What a great run for Joe Lovato. I'll tell you what. Not only did that move him up, that might have put him ahead of Jason Lee right there.
That may have. It looked like a pretty clean run. There was one that might have been.
Wow, and it did.
That's an 8.2 for the second pass, 16.4 for Joe Lovato. He is currently the second highest run in this division.
Yeah, that pushed Jason Lee down to 16.10, but that shouldn't be a problem there for Jason. But, wow, what a comeback. I'll tell you, to come out and he stacked over 3 points onto his run from earlier today. So, yeah, it really does make a difference here to come out and take this re-ride.
So this next skier, William Farrell from the USA. Here's a guy that's got a chance to change the game. He is a 12.2, wasn't going to be in the finals after the first round. So he's very capable of going 16 plus. So he's going to be a guy that potentially is going to bump somebody down the list a bit. Currently sitting down there in 12th place, more than capable of getting into the top 3 or 4. So once again, just a reminder, the officials, we're having a dinner served by King Cole Ducks, very, very famous in this area for their duck. They're going to be serving the officials a very special meal here on site at 6 o'clock. We greatly appreciate, they're sponsoring this meal. Very appreciative King Cole Ducks coming out to help out with this event.
We've got Jason Lee over there suiting up. Apparently he's going to want to raise his score.
There's William Farrell on the front side. He's a 12.2, looking to boost that up. He knows he's got to get about a high 14s to get in. He's getting down low, making the turn. And there's 1. Nice and clean. There's 3 crossings. There's number 4. 5. He's looking good. There's 6. Very strong. There's 7. He's got about a 7.6 probably. Wasn't pushing it too hard. I think he just wanted to be clean and get something in the upper 14 to 15 range.
Yeah, he was keeping. 7.2 provisional first pass score for William Farrell. That, with a 12.2 earlier.
They just bumped him up. Provisionally 7.6 for William Farrell. So good pass. He gets a 7. He gets an 8 backwards. He can do an 8 solid backwards. So that'd be a 15.2, and get him a guaranteed spot in the next round. So this decision maker right here, the Brett Sands, Jason Lee are already 1-2 up, or 1 and 3 up there. I think Joe Lovato bumped Jason Lee down a notch. So this is going to decide where the cut is for the senior men's finals in the slalom event. William Farrell, this pass right now is going to make the decision whether or not, I guess it's a Fred Groen or Jerry Canoyer. Nope. What am I looking at? it's going to be a Dan Baumgartner, in or out.
Skier on the water, William Farrell, pass number 2.
There he is. He's got a 7.6. We're looking for 8 clean. And here's number 1. There's 2. There's 3. Nice and clean. There's 4. Number 5. Number 6. This is the go-to run right here. There's 7. William Farrell looks like he's in. 7.6, 7.6. That's a 15-2. William Farrell just advanced himself into the final round.
Yeah, we don't have the Joe Lovato revised score. I think that's up there 16-2 or so. So I think that's going to put William Farrell in about the 4 spot, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, 15-2. We haven't got our results refreshed yet. William Farrell, 15-2. We're still looking to get Joe Lovato put up there at 16-4. That's going to push us down to, I think that pushes. William just pushed Dan Baumgartner out off the list, and I think Joe Lovato's going to push one more down the list.
There we got the Joe Lovato, 16.4. And then we just heard a 15-2 for Willie. That's going to put him in the 4. It's going to give Gordy and Jim the 5-6. Jerry Canoyer the 7, and Chris McWaters currently in the 8. So your projections 14-5 in the 8 slot. So your projections, Richard, of what it was going to take is unfolding right in front of us here. 14-5 right now is the 8 slot.
It is provisional, but it looks as though Chris McWaters on that awesome second pass forward where he just cranked it on, he just got over the edge and put himself into the final. We'll wait and see, but that was impressive. 14-5. Next one down was 14-2 and a 14-1 from Dan Baumgartner. So we'll see if it unfolds like that when we get the next results in from the scores. But right now, Jason Lee looking to push his number up. We just saw him in the open slalom push down a big number. So he's looking to get up in the 18s or so area.
Yeah, we got Jason Lee here sitting on top the overall results for the senior men's right now. Here we go.
And there's 1. Cross for 2. He's clean. There's 3. He's got 4. There's 5. Doing 6. He got 7. There's 8. He's got 9. He did a 9 front. Good solid run for Jason Lee. He's still got to get above 14-5 or a 14-2. If he doesn't do that, he's knocking himself out.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
That's a 9 flat first pass, so he needs 4.2, a 4.2 on this pass to actually get into the finals.
You mean a 5, right? Yeah, it was a 9. We got 14.2.
5.2.
Yeah, he needs a 5.2 here to get in. So here's the thing, you got to have a lot of confidence, I guess. You're 16. You're in the 3rd spot right now, so you're a lock. I don't see anybody else over there on the dock right now, so I'm thinking this is it right here. You're Jason Lee. You're 200 points ahead in the overall over Brett Sands right now, and you're opting to go out and try to kick that up even higher. I mean, that takes a lot of confidence to, right now to say, I'm in a pretty good position, but you know what? Jason Lee has a lot of confidence in his abilities, and I just think he wasn't happy. He's waked 18, 19 before, and I think he thinks he can do a lot better than 16.
Sure he does. And he's probably, you know what? I'm not going to go down at 5.2. I'm gonna be pushing an 8 or a 9 here backwards. So yeah, you're right. He's got some confidence. I think you got a guy like, I don't know if Brett Sands is going to ski again, but my impression, maybe he just said, yeah, you know what? I've had a ton of skiing today. I'm tired. I feel good. I don't really need to go out. I'm in the finals for sure, and I'll crank my score up in the next round. So Jason Lee, back deep, coming in. What looks to be possibly the final skier of the day. Coming in the backside, needing to get a 5.2 in order to get in the finals. Here he goes across for 1. Here's number 2, nice and clean. There's number 3. Number 4, nice and clean. Here's number 5. This is the go-to one. He's got 6. He's made it in. There's 7. There's 8. He's got 9. He's got about a 8-8 maybe, or a 9, Gus.
So there's your new leader.
Yep, there's a new leader.
Yeah, that was a clean 9 back, and he had what, 8?
He had a 9 front, I believe.
Yeah. He knew he had more. And
we do see another skier on the dock. We do have another skier on the dock. That's Jason Lee with a 17.8. So Brett Sands looks like he's going to ski. He needs to get a 14.2 to move on to the finals.
I don't think we're skiing for points anymore. I think we're skiing for pride. I mean, this is an amazing show. I just can't think of the for the average Joe sitting there thinking, the pressure and having to go out and do it again and being in the top 2 already or top 3 and then just saying, you know what, I'm not happy with that. I know I can do better, and I'm going to post a big number because I've done it for so long and I have a lot of confidence in my abilities, and boom, there you go. So Jason Lee getting it done, and Brett Sands says, you know what, I'm going to give it another roll too, and so here we go.
It looks like our screen is refreshed, and it does look like Christmas Waters is in the 8th position, 14.5. We've got Brett Sands going for another pull. I think he wants to maybe improve his overall result. He thinks he can do a little better on the short rope. We'll see how he goes. Here's Brett Sands from Australia. Saying the go command. Needs to get a 14.2 to move on.
Yeah, it's going to be a 14.5 to stay on in the mix. Chris McWaters at 8 with 14.5.
Brett Sands coming in forward. There's number 1. He's got 2. There's 3. Crossing for 4. There's 5. He's got 6, 7. Not a great quick pace. There's 8, 8.2. That's an 8.2. I know Brett can do a 9 to 10 backwards, but that's an 8.2 front. So Brett's going to need to get that 6 solid backs. You say 8.2? 8.2 for Brett Sands. Repeat. Can you repeat the provisional score, please? Well, I believe I heard an 8.2 for the provisional score, Gus. I'm not 100% sure. 8.2 maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard come through on the radio too as well. So, yeah, it's going to be, Sandsy can throw down a 9 pretty solid. So, he's definitely got a shot at, what did we get? We got an 18 for Jason, was it?
17.8, I believe, was his provisional score, 17.8. And so Brett Sands, if that was an 8.2, in order to keep his berth in the finals, he's going to need to get 6 crossings on the backside credited. If he does that, he'll be above the 14.2, and he's in. He's more than capable of getting up to 18. But yeah, but he's up here, so he's not going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but 14.5 is a cutoff.
No, but he'll if he moves, like he's not in right now.
Yeah, right.
Take Sands out.
Yeah, you're right.
So Brett Sands coming back needs 6 to retain his spot in the finals. Needs 6 crossings. He's going to get up and do a provisional turn to the back. He's looking to improve his overall, looking to maybe get in the pole position in the finals. Here we go, coming in the course. There's 1. There's number 2. Here's 3. There's 4. There's 5. There's 6. Here he is. Go to it. 37. He's back in. There's number 8. There's 9. There's 10. I don't know if he got 10 on that pass. Brett Sands on fire.
Yeah, it looked like 10.
Up here, I'm thinking he got a plus or a 10.
Yeah, baby.
That's a big day at work for Brett Sands. He's been on the water quite a number of times. That sounded like possibly a 9.8 to a 10 with an 8.2 front.
Yeah, that was big.
That's 18.2 for Brett Sands. Great run, Brett. Great show to finish off the day here. Day 3 at the World Championships.
Yeah, so that we got a score for Jason Lee, 17-8. So Brett Sands maintains the top score with that 18.2. Your field moving on to the finals of the senior men's tricks. We've got Chris McWaters, USA, 14.5. Jerry Kanoyer, USA, 14.6. Jim Nyberg, Sweden, 14.8. Gordy Croteau, Canada, 14.8. William Farrell, USA, 15.2. Joe Lovato, USA, 16.4. Jason Lee, USA, 17.8. And Brett Sands, Australia, 18.2.
Wow, now that was an exciting round of skiing. A little confusing. Sorry if myself up here in the announcer stand and maybe Gus, we were not 100% on top of this in that final round. But wow, what an exciting round of skiing, and ever changing the entire time they were skiing, right down to Brett Sands on the water.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, Richard, you never know what's going to happen on site. You just can't. Something doesn't go your way, you can't hold your head. I mean, look at the number of guys that this morning were walking away thinking they failed, and now they're moving on to the finals.
Yeah, no, that it's great. I'm glad that everybody got a second go. Everybody did better in this second go-around than they did in that first go-around. We didn't see any of the guys fall off like they were falling off in the first round. It's great to see that. So everybody's happy that this happened, even to a certain extent, the guys that were in that aren't in now. I would hope that they'd be pleased with this result.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for those that didn't make it, but like you said, the scores went up pretty much for everybody. Even the junior girls posted higher scores, the ones that elected to go. So, it is what it is in the end, and it's a level playing field. So everybody got to ski the same circumstances on the water. Everybody got the option to take it. It was an optional, and it played out the way it did, so congratulations to those who are moving on. And for those that didn't, keep your chin up. There's a lot more skiing left for pretty much everybody at this point, and I wish everyone the best of success here as we move on to the semifinals and the finals.
Yeah, so day 3, seems like more than day 3, but day 3 here at the Lennox Fencing 2018 World Barefoot Waterski Championships. Everybody socialize. I think there's an entertainment tonight, maybe at the fire pit, if I'm correct here. There's dinner for the officials in one of the tents getting put on by the King Cole Ducks. So it's going to be a very special officials dinner set for around 6 o'clock. We have some entertainment tonight here on site at Tuesday night. It's going to be a performance by Tim Sheffield at the fire pit about 7 o'clock this evening. Wow, this is incredible having some live entertainment on site almost every night here. Pretty much every night, something going on. The LOC here, Dwight, Michelle Williams have been great on hosting us. Just a 7-day party event, great weather, another great day. But so fortunate to have this LOC kind of making it really comfortable for us at this World Championships.
Yeah, we got a full week. Tomorrow night's going to be like a circus or a carnival around here. We got a firefighter demo at 6:30 to 7. Snowmobile watercross here on the lake. Adaptive wakeboard demo. We've got an evening performance tomorrow night by the Thin City Band at the stage. Smitty Kingston's playing on Thursday night at the fire pit. And then, of course, Friday we're going to have some speeches and presentations. We're going to have performance by the Cole Hermer Band at the stage, and there's going to be a night jump event. And then Saturday is just it's going to be a major party here. We're going to have the finals. There's going to be the Chicken Wire Band. We've got multiple bands on Friday, so 3:30 to 5, the Chicken Wire Band at the stage. We're going to have this closing ceremony, which, by the way, if you haven't purchased your tickets, please do so over at the garage. And it would really be helpful if you didn't wait till the last minute, because the caterer needs to know how much food to order and cook for the ceremony. And then we're going to have the 80s Enough Band at the stage from 7:30 to 9, a fireworks show over the lake, and the third band of the day, the Furley's Band at the stage. So 3 bands, fireworks. It's going to be just a regular party here at the site the rest of the week.
Now it's going to be a great week and great day on Saturday, Friday night jump. Looking forward to that. We'd like to still go out and thank all our sponsors, thank them all day, but without them, without the sponsors that we collected, there's no way we could put on an event like this. So once again, just kind of a shout out to all our sponsors. Thanks to the Bay Marina. See that watercraft right out in front here, still on the water. It's gone on the water at 7 in the morning. It's still on the water at night. Brand new watercraft supplied by Bay Marine in Trenton. Sanger boats, Barefoot International fly highs and ropes and handles. Napanee, the local Napanee. I mean, the mayor was here on the opening ceremonies, invited everybody down to town whenever they get a chance over the next few days to go on the Riverfront Trail. It's supposed to be a very beautiful trail to walk around and just get used to Napanee and see what it has to offer. So once again, tomorrow morning, I think the skiing, and not sure what time it's going to start, but we'll probably be back on the water tomorrow at a fairly reasonable time. Maybe not a long a day like this, but if the weather holds, we'll try to get through as much as we can. So that's about it. I think we're just about ready to sign off here at the announcer stand. You guys are had more than your fill of our voices today. But thank you, everybody, for coming out. Day 3, rest up. We still got over half this event to go, Gus.
Yeah, big day here on site tomorrow, folks. We're going to do the Open Women's Slalom semifinals. And then following that, we're going to do the Open Men's Trick semifinals and the Open Women's, it looks like we have 2 groups of we've got Open Women Trick semifinals. So the Open Women are going to be busy tomorrow skiing the semifinals for both slalom and tricks, and the Open Men with tricks. So it's going to be some amazing skiing here on site tomorrow. 7 a.m. start time, I believe, is what we're rolling with.
Yeah, not 100% sure. We can maybe check on that. But what's the start time tomorrow, if anybody knows? I would imagine we might start a little later than 7, but anyway, I think I'm going to sign off here, Gus. Been a long day, been a great day on the water. Nice sun still high in the sky. I'm assuming we're probably going to see some of the boats go back in the water, and some of our volunteers get out on the water and enjoy the evening skiing, taking a few passes.
Sounds like some good recreating there. Well, thanks everyone for following online for the live feed, and for the people who came on site today. Actually, I think the beer garden the beer garden's open. The food trailer's open, so hang out, enjoy the camaraderie and socializing on site, and we look forward to having you back tomorrow.